Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey, everybody, my name's Michael.
My name's Cleve.
We're the podcast that dares to ask, are you afraid of the dark?
Dun, 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 dun.
Spooky.
Is that how that one was? That go? Does that?
Dun, dun, dun.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, that's Goosebumps.
Okay.
We've had this conversation before.
I feel like
Funny enough, not just a second ago.
new Goosebumps. Out.
They dropped 5 episodes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch.
Don't worry, the dummy's still there.
Oh, I saw that, but more just. I'm not gonna. I can't.
I'm too old for it now, right?
I mean, now it's scary, right?
But that was my complaint about Haunted Mansion. Like, this is Disney. You're trying to introduce a whole entire group that you can't normally introduce to it from any other platform. You're Disney. Be PG so that you can usher in the PG children.
Right.
But anyways, not what today's episode's about. What's today's episode about, Cleve?
Green Rant gave us 15 best horror movies of all time ranked.
Ooh, la.
Spoiler alert, Swim Fan's not on here.
Who knows I'm a huge Swim fan. Funny enough, a lot like the movie Obsessed with Beyonce Knowles in it. I can pop that off at the top of my head. Just knew it like that.
Big Beyonce fan. I've seen every one of Beyonce's movies. I own them all on Blu-ray.
I own every one of them. It's the only thing I physically own.
But you know what's funny? Like we joke, but like collections like that are what the things that I like. Like I want, like okay, I need a Blu-ray of every movie Snoop Dogg's been in,
including
just to be like, fucking crazy, like the fucking guy with the Snoop Dogg movies. Yeah, that guy.
Including his movie with Wiz Khalifa.
Sure.
Where him and
I don't have to watch them, right? I can just get them.
They're in high school. Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg ain't been in high school a long time.
Bro, who you telling?
Is he the gym coach?
I don't think so. But anyway, I don't remember. I watched it too. It's called High School. It's Mac and Devin go to high school. Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa. I'm pretty sure they just used it to push the song. So what? We get drunk. So what? We smoke weed. That song.
And we decided to do that for high school.
That's about the time it came out. Well, Cleve.
Not college?
Cleve. High school.
So it isn't college?
Please? No, I'm pretty sure they're in high school. A comedy that follows 2 high school students, one overachiever struggling to write his valedictorian speech, and the other senior
they playing high schoolers.
Yeah,
shut up.
Yeah. But hold on. Yeah. So Wiz is the valedictorian, who at the time he was like 17 or 18 years old, I believe. So like believable. Maybe he was like 19 or 20, but he's the one struggling to write his valedictorian speech. The other one, Snoop Dogg, is a senior now going through his 15th year of school.
Oh, okay. I guess that's fair. Wait a minute. That was 11 years ago. Wiz Khalifa was 36.
Oh, damn. So he was 25. Yikes.
Yeah.
He looked young-ish.
So these 15 movies are groundbreaking horror movies that shape the genre and push boundaries. Includes classic movies and current
he looked
movies.
Like the teacher. I'm not gonna lie to you anymore.
Huh?
He looked like a teacher.
Yeah,
it was rough. It was rough.
He's a grown fucking man, and not like they put the effort in them to make him look like a high schooler.
Yeah, I own it digitally somewhere.
You do, of course you do. That makes sense. Well, I guess Snoop Dogg's not the answer. Master P. There's like 2 of those, right? Only 2 Master P movies. You ever watch I Got the Hookup?
No.
Fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. God, dog.
You can go
The
DMX.
worst,
He's got more movies than you expect, but
and
not
they're
too many,
better,
and they're not that
and
bad.
they're
Yeah.
better.
Cradle of the
Yeah.
Grave, peak. The one that was the fucking sequel, which I think may have just been called Cradle of the Grave 2, but I can't remember for sure. Not great. Rough.
Cradle 3 the Grave. Anyway, number 15 came out in 1981 is The Evil Dead. We talked about this on stream like the other day.
Did, because I didn't think it was that great. And I know the Bruce Campbell fans are going to hate me for it. But I like Bruce Campbell.
Sam Raimi fans.
He's been in other things.
Well, Sam Raimi done.
He
did those in Spider-Man.
He did Spider-Man. He did Doctor Strange.
I'm a nerd, and those are the movies I know.
And then he did some other fucking like scary movies. He's a real like Sam Raimi kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess that's the part that I was surprised by is that he, I guess to me, it seemed like a horror movie guy, but then there was Spider-Man.
Yeah, but it was kind of a horror film.
The third one was.
What about DMX's Fast and Furious Death Race?
That sounds like a winner.
Oh, that can't be DMX. So they just use his music because it was in 2020. When did he die? Maybe he didn't die then.
DMX passed away 2021.
Okay, well, his last movie before he died, the last movie he came out with before he died, Fast Vengeance.
That's a shame.
2021. It's rated MA. Yo, he has more movies than I know. This isn't what we're talking about, and I'm sorry to interrupt.
How did you not bring up Beyond the Law with him and Steven Seagal?
He has so many movies.
Well, yeah, he's just in shit.
He is just in shit.
When you don't care about it being really good, you can be in a lot of movies.
He's just Never Die Alone was the like sequel that wasn't actually a sequel to Cradle of the Grave. It was just shot the exact same way. Like, I don't know how to explain it. When I watched it, it felt like it was definitely a sequel that wasn't a sequel. That's not what we're talking about. What was number 14, Cleve?
Number 14 is a franchise that you hold dear, 1979's Alien.
The pinnacle Ridley Scott did a. You know what? He stands the test of time that Jurassic Park does for me. Those things still are fucking terrifying. He did a good job of not showing too much of it, unlike Jurassic Park, where they're like, "Here's our whole fucking dinosaur." But man,
Ben, deal with it.
They did a lot with those fucking aliens, and I love.
Good luck comparing yourself to this fucking movie.
Yeah, fucking now. Anyway, yeah, Ridley Scott did an amazing job. I really like that franchise, and the trailer still holds near and dear to my heart. I think at one point in time, Dead Space tried to like mimic the trailer for it, which is just again, or it's just a child singing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" as a spaceship goes by, and then flashing fucking terrifying things of chest bursters and shit. I think it's when they have little kids singing songs that really gets me personally. I know previously you have mentioned I Got 5 on it being also spooky
from us. Yeah. What a fun song that E3.
And but yeah,
it was taken from me by horror.
Usually when they have a little child sing songs, I'm like, something bad's coming. Not good, guys. I don't want this.
Little kids in general, man. You remember that game Fear?
Yeah. That little girl?
Nope.
I remember there was a scene when I walked into a room and she started giggling, and I turned around and the room started filling with blood, and I just turned the Xbox off. I was like, I'm good.
Because I'm big scaredy. You know how many times I've tried to play like certain games that are like horror games? I think it was Fear 2, all the lockers flipped open, and I was like,
Nah, I'm good. Save it.
Turn that off.
Viva Pinata, here I come.
Can't me.
I can't get me if I turn this bitch off. Oh no.
Speaking of Jordan Peele and us, number 13 is Get Out from 2017. Impressive that he is on this list, considering
How young he
current
is.
horror movies have found a niche, which is
Yeah, and Saw.
oh yeah, look at my intestines.
I've cut every limb off of my body.
Hold them.
Or Human Centipede, which is
Mm,
I've watched all
I've
3. I'm
forgotten
pretty
about
sure there's
that.
only 3.
Why?
I may have laughed the entire time. The premise is just absolutely absurd.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's just hilarious. Yeah, no, Jordan Peele. Let's go back to actual talent. Jordan Peele, it's interesting because like he hasn't really directed a whole lot before that, like major stuff.
Especially not a horror film.
Right, we knew him as like a comedian. It was like, yeah, I fucking love Jordan Key, and then it was Jordan Peele.
Peele. Yeah.
And we loved and enjoyed their show and him as a person. And then it was like, hey, I got some scary shit in the closet you want to see? Like, no, put it back in the closet.
My favorite role of his, like comedic wise, is he played Mr. Fish Owner's brother's girlfriend when they were trying to sell the wharf.
And it always just reminds me of Megan. Yeah.
No, he's like walking off. Yeah.
And then he came out with 3 fucking terrifying movies that.
Yeah. I've seen
Us looks like the scariest one.
That's the one I have.
Right? That one's the one that fucks with you.
That's the one that was like, hey, just tell me what happened. I don't want to go in there.
Get Out's like, all right, like this is fucked up and this is some fucking serious shit, but like also like, all right, we're fine. Nope's the only one I haven't seen, and like I just haven't seen it, I guess. It doesn't look terrifying, but
it's definitely creepy.
Yeah.
But I don't know that we get to a terrified
Yeah.
point. But us do the fucking body thing at them? Nah, fuck all that. Don't let your face be my face. I'll fucking scream.
Shit.
Yeah, you know what? If I speak off cusp, I want to say that he wrote Get Out, and they had other directors, and they just weren't hitting what he wanted to do. And he was like, "Fuck, he's like, because apparently he didn't want to do it, and he was like, "Fuck out, fine." And he was like, basically, like they were white and weren't getting the full point of Get Out the way that he wanted to, and so
I get it.
He was like, "I got it. Don't worry about it."
Not the same, but John Krasinski didn't want. He wrote Quiet Place.
Mm-hmm.
He did not want to be in that. His wife was like, "You should be in this with me." He's like, "No, you're really perfect for this. I don't want to be in it." And like his
why wouldn't you take the money that comes along with that, right?
His wife was like really pushed for him to be a part of it with her, and he did.
And then they killed him. Spoiler.
I saw that on a cruise.
I saw that one too. Maybe. Well, no, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe it's just like the paranormal murderer shit that'll get to me.
Well, that was kind of like action-ish. You know what I mean? Like there was like. Yeah. It's not like the killer clown that's gonna get you. Like, it was like a monster and like I don't know, like alien.
I was thinking like maybe the aliens are the ones that I'm like, whatever. I don't know. I'd have to look internally to figure that one out. Number 12 is 1978's Halloween.
Ooh.
With old Jamie Lee Curtis.
I was going to say an anecdote about Jamie Lee Curtis and Halloween, and I can't remember the full thing, so it doesn't matter.
Cool.
It was essentially like that was her jumping point, and it was like nobody believed in this project, and they didn't really, think it was going to go anywhere, and suddenly it fucking catapulted her into all kinds of shit.
Apparently, she wasn't going to do it because she was on a show and she got fired. And she was like, I guess I do this movie now. So good on that show for letting her go.
Oh, shit.
But also sometimes she pulls some shit that didn't work out. Anyway, number 11 is The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Caligari. Cali, A-R-I. Came out in 1920.
I have nothing.
Let's read what the movie's about. How about that? I feel like that helps. A carnival in Germany. Francis and his friend Alan encounter a crazed Dr. Caligari. I'm going to say continuously. The men see Caligari showing off his.
Like Calgary or something.
Yes. A hypnotized man who the doctor claims can see the future. Shockingly, the guy then predicts Alan's death, and by morning, his chilling prophecy has come true,
Dun, dun,
making the guy who told the future the prime suspect. It says his name, it's Caesar, but I don't want to say Caesar footsteps. It's not Caesar, it's Caesar. Anyway,
Caesar.
However, is Caesar guilty or is the doctor controlling him?
Dun,
Ooh.
dun, dun. That sounds like a 1920s horror film.
You know what? Fucking
I have for you.
Original idea. So I don't think I've seen people control people for murder since then.
The U.S.
Number
government.
10. Word. Number 10. 1982's The Thing.
Ooh, fucking love this movie. Fucking scared the shit out of me. Oh, it's so good.
But who was the alien, you know?
It's so good.
But who was it?
And then there's the prequel to The Thing, and that's good too.
The Thing?
The Thing? That dang thing? It's just good. Like, yeah, it was real suspenseful. No, it was fun.
I
like,
mean, obviously, you
knowing.
don't know the top of the, you don't know the rest of the list, but how do you feel it with that one being at 10? Being as impactful as it is.
I think it's great. I like that up there. There are so many horror films that so far, aside from Dr. Calgary, I haven't really fucking been like, I don't know this film. Like, I don't like Halloween at all, but I get it.
Yeah. I mean, fucking.
I don't think there's
a guy breathing heavy like the dude, like the kid from Hey Arnold, fucking staring at you, trying to stab you. Yeah.
I don't think there's a single classic like the classic murderers, Mike, Jason, Freddy. I think those three. Bubba. Like none of those. I don't like any of those movie franchises. So,
what about Chucky?
Chucky was funny. Leprechaun's funny. It's just something about the premise, right? Fucking a murderer's soul somehow gets trapped inside a little toy, and then it just a lot.
People like to take things
and then people
that
sexualized it
and make them scary.
Yeah,
like leprechauns. When were leprechauns ever scary besides that?
Yeah, but boy, he made a girl's boobs so big they exploded once.
Oh. That fucking with the carrot though. So,
oh no, Jack Frost! It's such a bad horror movie.
Number 9, The Haunting from 1963.
Haunting. Ooh. Okay.
We can read the premise if you'd like.
Yeah. I assume it's very poltergeisty. Obviously, it came before the poltergeist, but
yeah. Dr. John Markway, an anthropologist with an interest in psychic phenomena. That's where you fucked up. Takes two specially selected women to Hill House, a reportedly haunted mansion. Eleanor, a lonely, eccentric woman with a supernatural event in her past, and the bold uh, Theodora, it's old names, who has ESP, join John, the mansion's heir. Um, Luke. I'm reading the actors' names, but it's not like I know any of them. They are immediately overwhelmed by strange sounds and events, and Eleanor comes to believe the house is alive and speaking directly to her. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. You know
I
what's
mean, haunted house. You know what about that movie? You can do whatever the fuck you want to, and shit's scary.
you know what was like a super underrated movie?
Mhm.
13
What?
Ghosts with Tony Shalhoub and Matt Lillard.
Mm.
You remember that one? Did you see that
Yeah,
one?
it's got Elizabeth Shannon in it too.
Yeah, it was a little bit more
No,
like
yeah, well, maybe,
action-ish. I feel like that's why I was
maybe,
curious
maybe
if
I
you'd
saw
seen
this
it.
one.
It was on Sci-Fi Channel a lot too, so it would have been like.
That makes sense.
But I feel like it was underrated. I feel like it was pretty solid.
It's
Yeah,
on the list.
that one, and then what's the one with Michael J. Fox and Death is chasing him? Frighteners, a good one.
I don't know that one either.
Death is chasing him, and then he writes numbers on people's heads, and then some ghosts try to help him avoid death. The gist of it.
Okay. All right.
Not what this is about this episode, but I just remembered those two as good scary movies that I enjoyed.
It's good to have recommendations, man. People always ask us stuff, and then you're just giving it. Number 8 is Nosferatu.
Nosferatu, Dracula.
Is this the Dracula you were looking for?
Yeah, I believe it's Bram Stoker's Nosferatu.
1922.
Yeah, that's like the original like. Oh no, it's not Bram Stoker's. Maybe it is. But anyway, Nosferatu is like the original Dracula movie.
Are you saying the director's name?
Yeah.
F.W. Murnau. Murnau.
Hmm.
In this highly influential silent horror film, the mysterious Count Orlok summons Thomas Hutter to his remote Transylvanian castle in the mountains. The eerie Orlok seeks to buy a house to the Hutter and his wife, Ellen. After Orlok reveals his vampire nature, Hutter, such a terrible name, struggles to escape the castle, knowing that Ellen is in grave danger. Meanwhile, Orlok's servant, Knock, prepares for his master to arrive at his new home.
Night, nocturnal, knock.
Yeah, all right.
Bram Stoker, I apologize. Bram Stoker, I keep just mumbling, is the writer of the novel in the 1800s that Nosferatu takes from, and
Gotcha.
that is like the original source material for Dracula.
You were half there.
It just, the brain doesn't always connect things here, guys.
You clipped it. It's a foul, but you clipped it. We're starting to get into movies that I don't know.
Did you ever watch Werewolf in London?
Which one?
Are there multiple werewolves in London?
Yes.
Shit. Really?
One came out in our generation.
What's our generation?
Is that the one you're talking about?
While
we were alive?
It was older.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was the other one Werewolf in Paris?
There was a Werewolf of London, the Werewolf of London in 1935. American Werewolf in London, which is one I was thinking of in 1981.
I was thinking of an American Werewolf in Paris that came out in 1997.
Oh my.
It had Julie Bowen in it. from Modern Family.
They're just so terrifying looking. Anyway,
Which ones?
all of the CGI, or not CGI,
Fair
whatever the fuck
enough.
it is.
Fair enough.
It's the nightmare fuel. God.
Number 7 is The Night of the Hunter from 1955.
Unfamiliar.
Well, let's learn. Let's get some education on this. Stop being fucking dumb.
But hear me out.
Although
what about Blackula?
Good movie. It's free on Tubi right now. Just to point that also out. The Rev Harry Powell is a religious fanatic and serial killer who targets women who use their sexuality to attract men. Wasn't ready for that already. Serving time in prison for a car theft.
So he kills prostitutes is what it basically was saying, right?
Yeah, without saying it.
Yeah.
Okay. He meets condemned murderer Ben Harper, who confesses to hiding $10,000 in stolen loot. Released from jail, Powell is obsessed with finding the money, and he tracks down Harper's widow, Willa. The widow Willa, really? And her 2 children, John and Pearl. That doesn't sound terribly scary.
No, it just sounds like Blue Streak, but like with a murderer.
And a preacher, yeah.
And yeah. It sounds like Blue Streak, but like way worse with a lot of terrible things happening. I don't think Martin Lawrence was fucking killing people, but I don't remember what exactly he did.
That we're aware of.
That's right.
Number 6, let me get Google ready. Eyes Without a Face.
Oh.
Anything?
No, but that brings back Hills Have Eyes, which another solid movie. The sequels, straight to movie or straight to DVD. If you just like shitty fucking horror films, it's up there. Oh, it's good. The military goes in to try to find the people in the hills, and it's good. No, what's No Eyes? Face with No Eyes.
Dr. Genesier is riddled with guilt after an accident that he caused, disfiguring the face of his daughter, the once beautiful Christiane. Who outsiders believe is dead. Dr. Genesier, along with accomplice and laboratory assistant Luis, such a simple name, kidnaps young women to bring them to the Genesier mansion. After rendering his victims unconscious, Dr. Genesier removes their faces and attempts to graft them onto Christiane's. Well, yeah, all right.
I mean,
only that like, turned up at the end.
Only like second worst scientist dad.
He's trying.
First,
right?
First worst scientist dad. Full Metal Alchemist dad.
That was a bad dad.
He definitely spliced his daughter and a dog together for no reason.
Well, for science.
I mean, I just want to see how it fucking go. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Look, I had to fucking feed both of them. It was getting to be a lot.
It hurts, Edward.
No. Oh man, it's funny how
the dog crying noise. Oh, boy.
It's funny how like the people that know are just devastated by seeing that picture. The people that don't know, no idea what the fuck's going on.
I've thought about having Jennifer watch that anime with me just to get to that scene.
Rough.
I
feel like it's pretty quick into it too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's like that far in.
And you know what? I hadn't felt that feeling since until how far you got to season 2 of Walking Dead, right?
Yes.
Remember when they were looking for the little girl and they opened the barn?
Oh yeah.
I was like, anyway. Number 5, Night of the Living Dead from 1968.
Familiar with this one. And then the remake of it as well. I believe remade.
Thanks.
What's up?
I said brags.
Our sequel.
The guy in this movie, Tony Todd, also was Candyman in Candyman, the first one.
If you say Candyman, the name enough times, he appears in
I already knocked out twice, so I'm done.
Don't fuck around with it.
Did you ever see the third one? Oh, not the third one, the new one?
No.
I didn't see one either.
It
Was
looked
Jordan
good.
Peele part of that one?
I don't think so, but it looked good. I guess it did kind of have his vibe on the trailer, huh?
2021. Oh no, he didn't. But like, also his face is like the first face when you Google it.
That is weird.
So
is he in it? He's a writer. He did write for it.
There we go. I was gonna say, I was like, it felt
It did
him all
look
over.
very, and he was also a producer but there was 9, so you know how producing goes apparently.
Yeah,
I never understood the difference, but anyways,
it's a way to bulk your resume.
pay more people.
A desperate group of individuals take refuge in an abandoned house when corpses begin to leave the graveyards in search for fresh human bodies to devour.
Brains.
Pragmatic Ben does his best to control the situation, but when the reanimated bodies surround the house, the other survivors begin to panic, as any semblance of order within the group begins to dissipate.
You said Night of the Living Dead, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I was pretty confident it was a remake. Yeah, 1990 they had a remake. I remembered.
Yeah. Zombies start to get inside, and one by one, the living humans become the prey to the deceased ones.
You gotta love a good zombie movie, Cleve.
Yeah. Well,
until they ran it into the ground. My daughter really hates when I do that. I go great, and I pretend to be a zombie. She's not about it.
To figure out, or
yeah,
I
think it freaks her out.
Well, I mean, I would hate for one of my loved ones to become a zombie. Yeah, that probably would mess me up a little bit.
That's fair. I get it.
Number 4. I don't need to. I mean, I feel like we both know enough of it. 1974's The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
We live in Texas.
Yeah, we do. Toby Hooper is the director.
Yeah.
Just another one of those nightmare situations, right?
They really capitalize off of this situation in that town, by the way. I get it. But like there's a whole like fucking thrift, like a gift shop now, and like a restaurant and a place you can stay.
Can you imagine being like, I fucking hate horror shit, and I live in this fucking town? I'd have to move.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, it's a podunk ass town anyway, but yeah.
Bitch, land's cheap. Number 3, 1980s, The Shining.
I'm trying to think. Just to go back for just a second. Like, what about it made it? Is it that it was based off something real? Like, is that what makes it influential or whatever? I guess.
Yeah, this whole paragraph stuff. I don't want to read it all.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
There's a stirring film, but only because Hooper took such care in building a realistic world for his idealistic heroes to wander into. If the audience didn't believe these kids still expected kindness from strangers, it wouldn't hurt twice as bad as when the illusion is shattered in an instant. Released before Halloween, this movie helped set the stage for the slasher genre, but did it in a dirty and grimy way that made it more disturbing than Freddy, Jason, and Michael Myers in many ways. So, I mean, it was one of the first.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, when it comes to slashers, from what we've looked at, the first. You know what I think I would have liked? I would have liked from each genre. I would have liked number 1 slasher, number 1 ghost, number 1 alien, and then rank them that way. I'll have to have Archie do that because
the only reason I ask is like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, much like the famed Friday Night Lights, while based off of a true story, that's debatable.
Did you hit both those on Texas on purpose?
Yeah, I figured why not, but also because of how much they weren't alike what actually happened.
I've talked to you about opening a whole new segment called "Did That Really Happen?" Where we just watch movies based on true stories. And I had this idea before the Blind Side stuff came out. I just want to point out.
Friday Night Lights always fascinated me because my brother loved it, right? Like he was lived and breathed that culture of like that was his life, and he would watch that movie all the time. Fucking just absolutely ate that shit up. And then one day, I'm from California, be surprised. So we didn't understand like who Dallas Carter really was and all that shit. And then like I looked it up and it was like, yeah, no, that team got the shit smeared out of them. It wasn't close at all. Like they got fucking obliterated. And I told my brother that and it just crushed his world.
Yeah. That would be something you would immediately go run and tell your brother who really loved the movie. That sounds like you. Number 3, The Shining, 1980.
Like Poopy Miles just wasn't even that good. He wasn't real.
He was really my heart, man. That poor kid.
This fucking yeah. Anyway,
you want to win? Put Booby in. I don't have anything to say about The Shining. Good movie.
Was Stephen King? Yes, he's good. You can also stay in that hotel too.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
Number 2, 1973's The Exorcist.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna double check something. Go ahead, keep talking.
I'm gonna say I don't know if it was just really scary to religious people, but like it's not that good of a scary movie.
I look at certain scary movies the same way, which is, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Like, I would hate to be stuck in said situation.
That's fair.
And if that were to happen to my kid, the horror of having to deal with that, I guess.
I think because like we had movies like The Omen and shit, what was the one with the little girl? Wasn't actually a little girl, but like a grown ass girl. Yeah, The Orphan. Thank you. We had movies like that were like, well, she wasn't demonic though. But anyway, The Omen, I guess, is a good example of like demonic possession that was actually scary. Whereas like The Exorcist, that girl is legit like in the fucking bed 98% of that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just was like, all right, this is cool, I guess. She does do that, which is gross, but like honestly, close the door, burn it down, leave. You're good.
Well, what about your baby?
It's not Paranormal Activity where that shit's following you forever.
Boy, leave that shit in the dust. Number 1, I don't even know if you want to take a swing. I'll give you the year 1960.
Oh, none of the staples.
Mm-hmm. I was double checking. Jordan Peele is the only movie after 1982, so that says a lot.
1960. Jaws.
It's a big one.
Jaws.
No, not Jaws.
Jaws had me not in a motherfucking pool for like 2 years. Yes. Does a shark go in the pool?
Hitchcock,
No.
Does that help you?
Yeah, Birds. Or Psycho, I guess.
Psycho.
Probably Psycho. I guess not Birds. It's fair. Birds was scary, damn it.
Again, one of those things was like, what am I supposed to do now?
It's the premise is creepy and it's iconic, right? Like you can't take away from that movie. Right. You can't take away from Alfred Hitchcock. Like so yeah, I mean it is what it is. Jaws should have been somewhere in this 15 though. Now that I've said Jaws, I'm upset that it's not here.
I'm curious if Jaws is even under the horror genre.
Gonna need a bigger boat.
You've nailed that.
Kids go in the water. They don't come out of the water.
Oh man, it's PG-13. You put a PG-13 on the horror list?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, you can.
Name another.
Name another horror film in the PG-13 realm. What's Paranormal Activity? Is it? You think it's R?
Oh yeah.
Really?
They snap a guy's neck.
I mean, ain't no blood or nothing.
Snap a neck.
That's fair.
Fucking Cocaine Bear. Fucking.
Cocaine Bear's got a lot going on. Look. Yeah, Paranormal Activity, rated R.
So I put in. It is a thriller, is what they're counting it as, which seems very subcategory of horror, but I guess isn't horror.
All I'm saying is I didn't go in a fucking pool for 2 years, and that's physically impossible for there to be a shark in a pool unless someone's sick and sadistic. I'm just saying.
Hey.
Why wasn't Attack of the Killer Clowns on here?
It gives that's not good. Thriller, comedy, suspense, adventure, drama, mystery. Everything but horror. That's really, cool.
Really a shame.
You can watch Jaws on Netflix right now if you and Deb want to get together.
I would never subject my child to that movie. She'd have to. Oh, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's a horror film. It's rated R. I mean, it's rated PG-13. Nailed it.
I was like, okay, I don't know what you're. But that was a dumb movie.
Whoa. Poltergeist. What is Poltergeist rated? PG, bro. And that is just a horror film. It says /fantasy. I don't know what's fantasy about that shit.
Not my fantasy.
Who's fucking fantasizing about this? Poltergeist 2 went to PG-13. I think that's the one with the little fucking clown under the bed.
Enough of that.
Poltergeist 3. I didn't even know they had a 3, and I love that fucking Zelda Rubinstein is in every one of them. The little lady that goes, "Come on,
little lady,
come on." Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got a gig. You got
your shit right. Don't forget. You remember Ghost Ship? Did you ever see that one? That was terrible. No. Anyways, that's not what this is about. Ghost ship. In a remote region of the Bering Sea, a boat salvage crew discovers the eerie remains of a grand passenger line thought lost for more than 40 years. Once aboard this eerie, cavernous ship, the crew of the Arctic Warrior discovers that the decaying vessel is anything but deserted. It's home to something more deadly and horrific than anything they've encountered in all their years at sea. It's Ghosts, bro. Ghosts.
Ooh. All right.
It is called Ghost Ship, so. Also, their tagline, See Evil, but C was spelled S-E-A. You get it?
Nice.
Yeah. You got it? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You consider...
Let it wash over you.
You consider... I forgot the fucking name of it. Hold on, I'll find it real quickly. It's a shark movie. That's Deep Blue Sea. Was that a horror film? Sci-fi horror. That's about sharks too.
I guess. I mean,
Sharknado. Is that considered a horror film?
No, it's a comedy.
Is it though? Cleve?
Have you seen it?
It's considered horror sci-fi, by the way. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Shark Storm. Oh, which is also called Sharknado.
Obviously.
They're the same thing, apparently. Just titled different things in different countries. Nature's deadliest killer takes to the skies in the ultimate guilty pleasure as a group of friends try to save the Santa Monica coast from shark-infested tornadoes. Anytime Tara Reid's in a movie, you know it's going to be fucking awful. All right, I have one more scary movie for you. Pinata Island. Yep. Pinata Island movie. Oh, it's called Demon Island. And if I remember correctly, it has Carmen Electra in it, which I'm gonna scroll down now and look. It did not have Carmen Electra in it. It had Jamie Presley in it. That's the big pull for you. This was what the scary thing looked like. So
Okay.
That's what you had to live in.
It looks like the moon from Zelda.
It killed everybody.
Oh. Spoiler.
Anyways, let us know what you think is your favorite horror film, because we want to watch it. We're gonna make Cleve watch it right now.
Yeah.
You comment down below. Cleve will probably watch it.
You know what?
Except for the Human Centipede. We won't ever make anybody watch that. I've done it for everybody else. The second one, spoiler alert, 100 people. It's done in a prison.
Chain?
It is a sight.
I bet.
It is a thing that they made me see. Yeah, you know what? Just reach out to us. Let us know if there's a scary movie you think was better than the movies we mentioned. If there's one that we mentioned and I said I didn't like it, tell me how much you hate me for it. Comment down below in the comment section, or also hit like and subscribe, because we come out with episodes every week, constantly giving you material that you can listen to and then shit on. I mean, what do you want, right? Like the world's easiest. Yeah.
How many names did I say incorrectly?
Yes. So, Scissor.
Pronunciation's hard, man.
Anyways, guys, you guys reach us on all our social medias. Friendship Supreme everywhere. We stream video games if you want to come check that out as well. And like I said, we come out with multiple episodes a week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. My name's Michael.
This is Cleve.
Nailed it.